According to Calciomercato Web, Juventus see Thomas Tuchel as the primary candidate to succeed Massimiliano Allegri if the Italian manager is let go. While results have picked up in the league under Allegri, Juventus board are still disappointed with the club's performances in Europe in the past 2 seasons. They think that under Tuchel, who recently won a Champions League with former club Chelsea, they would return to competitiveness in Europe. Reportedly, the German manager also doesn't mind being at the helm in Turin. Cristiano Ronaldo has been on the front pages recently after his explosive interview with Piers Morgan. Due to his comments in said interview, many reports have stated that Manchester United are planning to terminate his contract. Now Calciomercato Web reports that Fiorentina are emerging as a surprise candidate for Ronaldo to move to in the winter. Fiorentina owner Rocco B. Commisso is one of the richest humans on the planet and is reportedly willing to pay Ronaldo whatever he wants in the hope of luring him to La Viola. According to Spanish publication Sport, Manchester United have joined Arsenal and Chelsea in the race to sign Barcelona forward Memphis Depay in January. United are contemplating re-signing Depay since Cristiano Ronaldo could leave in January, with the Red Devils currently in the process of terminating the Portuguese icon's contract following his bombshell interview with Piers Morgan in which he slammed Erik ten Hag and the Glazers. The Red Devils are trying to bolster their midfield, and view former flop Depay as a low-cost alternative. Depay's representatives have already alerted United, Arsenal, and Chelsea that the 28-year-old versatile attacker would be free to leave the Catalan Giants when the transfer market reopens in January. As per Calciomercato Web, Real Madrid will be keeping track of Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic's performances in the World Cup. Vlahovic hasn't had the best of starts to the season, however he is still highly rated by many including Real Madrid. The Los Blancos desperately want a striker to reinforce their attack, with Karim Benzema likely to be out for a longer period after suffering a thigh injury in training with France. Juventus however won't let go of the Serbian forward so easily. Therefore, Real Madrid are hoping to use either one of Eduardo Camavinga, Alvaro Odriozola, Eden Hazard, or Dani Ceballos, all players Juve are reportedly interested in, to secure a deal. Newcastle United will not offer more than €10 million for out-of-favor Real Madrid winger Eden Hazard, reports El Nacional. Since Real Madrid are looking to get rid of Hazard's extraordinary wages, Newcastle United see it as an opportunity to procure the Belgian for a low transfer fee, who could still turn out to be a gem in the Premier League which he dominated years ago. According to El Nacional, Borussia Dortmund right-back Thomas Meunier is one of the potential candidates identified by Barcelona to reinforce their defense in the winter. Barcelona have been interested in the 31-year-old right-back since the last transfer window but didn't push for his signing after Hector Bellerin joined the club. Since his contract expires in 2024, they would have to pay a low fee of €6 million to bring him to the Camp Nou. Barcelona are reportedly on the brink of reaching an agreement with 19-year-old Spanish prodigy Alejandro Balda over a new deal. According to a report by Spanish publication Sport, following the latest round of meetings and negotiations, there is a confident feeling that the two parties are closer to agreeing to terms over a bumper new contract for breakout star Balda. The 19-year-old fullback will likely sign a long-term contract that will contain a €500 million release clause. Manchester City midfielder İlkay Gündoğan has dropped a transfer hint, suggesting he would one day like to return to his old club Nuremberg. The German midfielder began his career at the club and has told Bild that his time there was some of the best of his time in the game. Mundo Deportivo suggests that it is no surprise that Gündoğan wants to return to Nuremberg amid links to Spanish giant Barcelona. Chelsea are set to scout England goalkeeper Jordan Pickford at the 2022 World Cup. The Sun claims he is on Graham Potter's shortlist behind his former number 1, Robert Sanchez. Manchester United starlet Alejandro Garnacho is set to see his wages multiply by 10 times ahead of a bumper new contract according to Daily Star. The new long-term deal is set to see his wages rise from £5,000 to around £50,000. Karim Benzema has been ruled out of the World Cup after he sustained a thigh injury in training. It has been confirmed. "I am extremely sad for Karim who made this World Cup a major goal," Deschamps said. "Despite this new blow for the French team, I have full confidence in my group. We will do everything to meet the huge challenge that awaits us." Palmeiras sporting director João Paulo Sampaio has compared Endrick to Cristiano Ronaldo, suggesting there is no ceiling for the young Brazilian. Speaking to Spanish outlet AS, Sampaio sung his praises, saying, "If injuries respect him, I don't see a ceiling for him. As far as is humanly possible, he has quality, a strong personality and a champion mentality. In that regard, he resembles Cristiano Ronaldo. He trains hard, is kind and has humility. We love him very much because he makes himself loved. He tries to please everyone around him. He has everything to be a world star." According to El Nacional, PSG star Lionel Messi could join former boss Pep Guardiola at Manchester City if he cannot win the upcoming World Cup in Qatar. Messi has recently spoken about his admiration for Guardiola, and as per the report, if the Argentinian legend is unable to once again win the golden prize of football, he wants to return to his former boss' tutelage to bring the best out of him and keep him on top form for the 2026 World Cup. El Nacional has reported that PSG has identified Youssoufa Moukoko as a transfer target. The German striker is being circled around by European giants, and the Parisians are the latest club to join the race. The 17-year-old starlet has had an exceptional start to his Dortmund career and has found a spot in Germany's World Cup 11 as well. If Moukoko has a great World Cup, his prices could touch the roof, which won't be a problem for PSG. Mauricio Pochettino has suggested that Kylian Mbappe needs to leave Paris Saint-Germain to evolve and compete for the Ballon d'Or in the future. Speaking to El País, Pochettino said, "He is on an upward path, and from now on we would have to see the best Mbappe with even better records. Evolution often happens by leaving the comfort zone. Renewing for PSG is good for the club and its fans. But Mbappe in the future will have to consider that leaving his comfort zone will bring him closer to fighting for the Ballon d'Or." According to Sport, Manchester City sensation Bernardo Silva is eager to know what Barcelona's transfer plans are for him, and would be willing to push to join Barcelona next summer if they are still interested in signing him. Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez considers the 28-year-old Portuguese international to be one of his priority transfers, and the Catalan club made late efforts to get him this past summer, but without any fruition. The Blaugrana are expected to return with a fresh move for the Man City midfielder in the near future. At the same time, the reigning Premier League champions are trying to tie him down to a new long-term deal. While talking to Give Me Sport, journalist Pete O'Rourke exclaimed that Chelsea is going to closely monitor Portuguese winger Rafael Leao at the World Cup in Qatar. According to reports, the Italian outfit would accept offers in the region of €100 million, something the Blues would be prepared to fork out for Leao. The journalist said, "I am sure they'll be keeping a close eye on him during the World Cup, and if he does really well for Portugal, Chelsea will be very keen to bring him to Stamford Bridge." Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi have starred in their first ever joint advertisement promoting the luxury clothing brand Louis Vuitton. Having dominated discussions over who is the greatest footballer of all time, the pair seem to have now swapped the football pitch for a checkered suitcase, partaking in a more cerebral game of chess. And while it's not known who won the chess match, Messi took to Instagram to announce the paid partnership, with the 35-year-old captioning his post, "Victory is a state of mind." When the Portugal star's return to United was confirmed last year, the Argentine great, speaking in the aftermath of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being sacked, praised Ronaldo, as well as the Reds. "United are a very strong team with great players. Cristiano already knew the club, but that was at another stage, and now he has adapted in an impressive way," he told Marca. "From the beginning, he has scored goals as always and had no problems adapting. In the Premier League, it is not as good as we all thought, but it is a very difficult and even competition in which things take a lot of turns. After December, it changes a lot and anything can happen."